Yes, hello. Before the video starts, if you're not already subscribed to the Aaron Kelly channel, I would love to ask you to do so. We are now only 15 subscribers away from 400 here on the channel, so, support the cause, send it into any group chats you have or any mates you have, and yeah, it's completely free and you can always change your mind later. Enjoy the video.
Oh my god. What a difference a couple of days can make. Hello guys, how are you getting on? My name is Aaron Kelly. You're very welcome back to another video. Chelsea are halfway there. And by there, I mean the Champions League semi-finals after a 2-0 first leg win over Porto in Seville. And let's be honest, it was not the prettiest of games by any stretch of the imagination. It was the classic dogged performance. I kind of thought Thomas Tuchel would make a few changes to the starting 11 that lost 5-2 to West Brom at the weekend, but that is exactly what he did. He brought back in Andreas Christensen, obviously he came on for Thiago Silva at the weekend, and Antonio Rudiger for Kurt Zouma, which seemed like a bit of a no-brainer after Zouma's horrendous performance the weekend. There was also a return to the team for Ben Chilwell and Kai Havertz up front, and I have to say the first half an hour it was very much backs to the wall for Chelsea. Porto were really aggressive in the challenge, winning every first and second ball, putting us under huge amounts of pressure, forcing Mendy into a couple of saves, came very close with a volley from outside the box as well, but just could not quite provide that final touch. Luis Diaz up front for them looked very, very dangerous indeed, and I do think they were definitely missing Sergio Oliveira. I think he was suspended last night, so chances are he will obviously be back for the second leg in a week's time. Despite Porto's dominance, as I said, they just couldn't force that really clear-cut opening that they were looking for, and Chelsea punished them for that with our only clear-cut opening in that first half. Mason Mount with the goal. Jorginho plays it into him, he turns away from the defender and buries it past the Porto goalkeeper, and he didn't even strike it that well, Mason Mount. If I'm being honest, I thought the goalkeeper should have actually done better. It's a decent finish, it's in the corner, but you look at it, he doesn't strike it as well as Mason Mount would have wanted to. Who's complaining? Not me. Chelsea took the lead just before half time, and it was more of the same really in the second half, with Porto huffing and puffing, still very much dominating the game and dominating the football, forcing Mendy into a couple of normal clear-cut saves that you would expect Edouard Mendy to make. Luis Diaz came the closest once again for Porto. Again, he was the most dangerous of them. Marega as well forced a decent save out of Mendy as well down to his right. Jesus Corona was looking very, very dangerous on the right-hand side, but again, they just couldn't form that really clear-cut opening, and they got punished for in the end. And a very similar mistake for the second goal to Trent Alexander-Arnold's one the other night for Liverpool against Real Madrid. This time it was Jesus Corona with a poor touch that allowed Ben Chilwell in to round the keeper and slot home Chelsea's second. An absolutely shithouse performance. Dogged, as I said. We were actually quite decent defensively, but on the ball we were just incredibly sloppy, and I genuinely do think that the two goals we got were our only two big chances of the game, now that I can think about it. Defensively, our distribution from the back wasn't great, but we were structurally sound. I thought James and Chilwell both played decent from wing back. Kovacic and Jorginho, more often than not, were forced to do a lot of defending rather than attacking. Mason Mount obviously had a great game as usual as well, but in a game where it's full of positives and Chelsea are halfway there to a Champions League semi-final, you do got to acknowledge as well some poor performances, and the two up top for Chelsea, the two German boys, Kai Havertz and Timo Werner, two incredibly worrying performances from them two. Just nothing stuck with them. They weren't working for the team. They weren't really creating anything. When they did get on the ball, they were just losing it and getting out muscled. It was a very poor performance from the two of them, and I was surprised it took Tuchel so long to take them off and bring on Olivier Giroud and Christian Pulisic. But I knew this game wasn't going to be an easy one. I know Porto are a very aggressive side. They know how to grind out results when they need to. We've seen that against Juventus in both legs, particularly the second leg. They might not have the best players in terms of quality on the ball, but my god, they have an awful amount of aggression and team spirit. I'd say they would be very, very disappointed that they came away with that game last night with a 2-0 defeat, because I think overall, on the ball especially, they showed more quality than Chelsea, which, on paper, you wouldn't have expected. But as we say, lads, the game does not get played on paper. And you know, as I say, when you look back at both Chelsea goals, they both came as a result of mistakes by the Porto defence. The first one, the defender dives in and just allows Mason Mount to roll him, and then I think the keeper should have done better. And then obviously the second one is a clear-cut mistake by Jesus Corona. But I do gotta say, well done to Ben Chilwell, because he finished it absolutely brilliantly. But we have a 2-0 victory, and it looks to be a comfortable one. But you know, you can never write off this Porto side. As I said, look at the tie against Juventus in the last round. So Chelsea, the job is only half done, and we're not there yet. More work to definitely be done in the second leg, but now our attention turns to Crystal Palace at the weekend. But a great night, and I'm going to finish off this video by talking a little bit more about the other quarter-final first leg ties. Starting off with Manchester City, then obviously one of the favourites for the Champions League title, obviously still yet to win a Champions League title. They are 2-1 up against Dortmund after the first leg, thanks to goals from Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden. Marco Reus did equalise for Dortmund, who will feel similar to Porto maybe from last night. Very, very hard done by, thanks to a ridiculous refereeing decision when Jude Bellingham's goal was ruled out for a challenge on Ederson. I say a challenge, he nicked the ball off him and Ederson has kicked him, and the referee has blown his whistle. Therefore, he can't go to VAR and realise that he's fucked it, essentially. I think that tie is far from over as well. Dortmund definitely showed a lot of heart and character, and were actually very, very decent. And as I said, will feel very hard done by, especially when you consider that Jude Bellingham goal. The only problem I think for them is I think City can definitely play better than they did, and that'll be the biggest worry for them going into the second leg. Big worries also for Liverpool, who are 3-1 down to Real Madrid after the first leg in Madrid. 2 goals from Vinicius Jr., 1 from Marco Asensio. Mo Salah did pull one back for Liverpool just after half-time. Defensive errors, particularly from Trent Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool. He lost Vinicius for the first goal, which was a piece of beauty, really. Toni Kroos pings it over the top. Vinicius takes it on his chest and smashes it past Alisson. The second goal is just a straight-up assist from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Tries to head it back to Alisson with a diving header, and Asensio just nips it in, lobs it over him, and finishes it. And then the third goal, I do genuinely feel like Alexander-Arnold again has lost Vinicius at the back post. Modric lays it off to him, and Alisson maybe should have done better with the shot. And Liverpool are going to have to pull off one of their trademark classic Champions League comebacks if they are to make their way through to the semi-finals. On to the last tie then, and it is between last season's finalists, and what a game it was. You know, if Chelsea weren't playing last night, I genuinely would have been watching this game. Quite a shame that I wasn't in the end, because PSG are 3-2 up against Bayern Munich, who obviously were lacking Robert Lewandowski. And of course, it was Kylian Mbappe who was the star of the show, getting 2 for PSG. Marquinhos also on the score sheet in the snow in Munich. Thomas Muller and Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting giving Bayern a little bit of hope going into the second leg, but that is 3 massive away goals for PSG going into the second leg in Paris. So out of all of them, you could probably say Chelsea have the most clear cut of leads going into the second leg, but as I said, the job is only half done. And you know Porto are going to come out absolutely swinging in this second leg. But I would like to think that with a 2-0 lead, things are fairly comfortable, especially when you consider their 2 away goals as well. But Porto looked incredibly dangerous throughout the whole 90 minutes last night, and I've no doubt they're going to be the exact same come Tuesday night next. Right, boys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I feel like I should be more ecstatic about Chelsea being nearly into the semi-finals, but West Brom from the weekend has still kind of broken me, to be fair. So as I said, leave a like if you have enjoyed, and subscribe if you are new around here, and I will catch you later.